wathinta abafazi, wathinta imbokodo, mandla, 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 mandla. Director of the program, the President of the Republic of South Africa, President Cyril Matamela Ramaphosa, the Minister of Arts and Culture, the MEC for Arts and Culture, the Mayor of Paul, who looks like a mayor. That is what she said. Miss South Africa, Anne-Sophie de Bruyn, our veteran, that participated in the 1956 march. The Sisulu family and the Matlage family, ministers and deputy ministers. I've only seen the one and only premier here, Premier Mantombela. Oh, good. Sizapinda. Asmono transitional. I've seen the Secretary General of the ANC, Comrade Ace. I've also heard that the SG, the DSG of the ANC is around here. DSG.
Now, those are some live visuals there coming to you from the official Women's Day celebrations in Paarl in the Western Cape. That is the president of the ANC Women's League, Ms. Dlamini, who also happens to be the minister of the Ministry of Women. She's there now, just still about to do the introductions, also introducing the SG of the ANC. Just a bit before her, Mam Sophie de Bruyn gave her address. She was saying that she stands on that podium saddened by the many struggles that women face today, also touching on what Mama Sisulu would say if she were alive today. She would probably be lamenting the situation or plight of women of South Africa today. Some powerful words there that she went on to state, that women seek no favors. All they seek is a just and equitable society. Now, many would know Mama Sophie de Bruyn as a former South African anti-apartheid activist. She was the first recipient, in fact, of the Women's Award for Exceptional National Service. She is the last living leader of the Women's March of 1956. We'll cross back. It seems that we must have gotten the audio back. We'll listen in to Ms. Dlamini.
As to Goite, the president of the Pan-African Women's Organization, which was formed before the OAU, like the Women's Charter that came before the Freedom Charter. As to was the Secretary General of Power during difficult times. When there was war in Angola, she was there because the offices of power were always in places where our people were oppressed. And therefore, we are grateful that you are here to represent all women of Africa. You are here to celebrate the life of a woman of fortitude, Masisulu. We are also happy to see that there are other multilateral institutions that are here. UN Women, who have seen them, together with other NGOs. And we have veterans from all the 9 provinces with us here today. And we have women from the Eastern Cape. We have women from Vrystaat. We have women from Mpumalanga. We have women from the Northern Cape. We have women from KZN. We have women from Gauteng. And thank you very much, comrades, for coming to remind yourselves and remind us about the struggles of Sisulu. Sisulu, who was a humble leader, a hard-working leader, who stood for the rights of women. A woman who was always prepared to tell you the truth. She was not afraid of saying, go back home and prepare a report if you had a wrong report. And she was not afraid of saying, your shape is like this, and this is how you should dress. And also today, in the afternoon, we are going to be launching her Duke. But a young woman reminded us that Sisulu also liked Afro. So we will also allow young women who will come with a Afro, because we want women to be able to participate as they are in the ANC Women's League. We must not put blockages that are very small, and we will lose bigger battles if we recognize small things that and give them a dignity that divide us. Comrades, I must say that much as we are in a ladies and gentlemen, I must say that well, we are in a celebratory mood. But Mr. President, today, we are laying to rest our daughter, Kentani Masego. And we are disappointed that an institution of higher learning could not see that this young woman had reached the roof. And therefore, we call on all institutions of higher learning to come up with transitional policy that must protect women in institutions of higher learning. There is no way our kids are going to be raped and then see the rapist sitting next to them, sharing the same passages, sharing the same lecture rooms, and ending up not going to court because of a long process that you have to go through. You have to start at the institution first before you go out. And this thing itself, emotionally, psychologically, and spiritually, finishes you. And therefore, by the time you finish at an institution of higher learning, you are tired. Bazali, wake up. Our children are killed every day. Yes, we demand a government to respond to the issues of violence against women and children. CEDAW is very clear on what a country should do to respond to violence against women and children. And we have before formed the Gender-Based Violence Council, but it died automatically because there were no enough funds. The Gender-Based Violence Council is not just a South African thing. Violence is an international phenomenon, and South Africa is a signatory of CEDAW, and therefore we have to implement the articles of CEDAW as South Africa that bring together and unite all energies and all resources, and everyone must find a place to account. And issues of violence against women and children must find expression in our daily agendas, in the faith-based organizations, in the NGOs, and in all organizations. And Mr. President, we are proud of that. As a leader, you have bought into the program of women's emancipation. And that is the most important step, Mr. President, you have taken. Because without the buy-in of the leadership, women are going to continue living under the shackles of the chains of patriarchy. And every day people are going to ask us to exist as if we are begging. We are not begging to exist. And women are here to stay. And women are carers of the nation. And they must be taken as seriously. The work we are doing on the ground has allowed the apartheid system and capitalism to prosper, because we are always at home doing everything, and it's men that work and get mega salaries, and we do a lot of work at home when people say we are not doing anything. If we can say one day, we are not going to work today, we are going to sit, not cook, not do the washing, not do the ironing, the family will collapse. Mr. President, we are single mothers. We are single parents. There are absent fathers that have children that do not support them. Why should be it the responsibility of a woman to go and report the father of the child that he is not supporting his child? Why should it be the responsibility of a woman to go to the maintenance court and say, my former husband or partner has changed the place of work? Why we should have statutes that are not working in our favor? Why do we have the protection order that we die with? The time has come for us to come with proactive programs that are about the protection of women, not programs that are always reactive. We don't have to wait until a 2-year-old child is raped and then respond. Parents must take responsibility of their children. We can't afford losing children. Fellow men, when a woman says, I don't want means I don't want. I don't love you anymore means I don't love you anymore. Fellow men, women of South Africa have human rights like all of us. And Masisulu fought for the rights of women and emancipation of women. And as long as women are not part of the economy, and as long as women are not a part of the leadership in business, in the judiciary, in organizations, and wherever, you will not see progress. Because in any place where there is a woman, you will see change. And one other thing that is a challenge is femicide. And Makoskazi nje, let's just take a decision ukuthi violence must come to an end. Let's take a decision that all structures of government, of the state itself, must ensure that women are safe at all times. And as we go out to mobilize communities in the Tumamina spirit, we must remind all South Africans that Utatu Mandela no Mam Albertina Sisulu were part of that campaign. And comrades, ladies and gentlemen, here I can feel the spirit of Babu Luthuli. I can feel the spirit of Charlotte Maxege, who says, if uku leadership position, or if kuyokhethwa, ungathi hayi ele position ingathi ifanele mina. Ithi leyo nto ijwayele ukwenzeka. Uthi uMam Charlotte, uma ngabe kwenzekile wakhethwa, bring up another woman with you. Wathinta abafazi, wathinta imbokodo, malibongwe. Madam Speaker, I'm sorry, I forgot to recognize you. Yes, I'm so sorry. Thank you very much.